everyone. So as we're all stuck at home at the moment, you might be stuck at home without a sling. So we're going to show you a couple of different ways you can carry with what you've got lying around at home. So to start with, we've got a towel. Now I think this is bath sheet size. Either way, long enough to be able to wrap around you and baby. So I think a towel is really useful for a back carry, and I mean when we're all allowed out again, then this is also really useful at the beach. If everybody's wet and you just need to get back to the car, then this will do in a pinch. So we take our baby, we find the middle bit of the towel on the long edge, we place that middle bit on baby's back. Now you can use any way you like to get baby onto your back. I'm going to do a hip scoot because we're going to do quite a low carry. So I'm going to gather up all the excess, and you find that there's more than, if you're used to using woven wrap, you find there's more excess than you'd particularly like or might be used to. Anyway, bring the towel up to the back of baby's shoulders, and then bring baby to your back, always keeping one arm on baby at all times. Get baby nice and central on your back, and then find that top edge that should be up around baby's neck. So, secret to this is to get that top rail nice and tight. So, whilst leaning right over, I'm going to take this really nice and tight, and there's a couple of ways of securing this, but I like to twist it in front. When I've made that twist back on itself, I just tuck each end back into the chest, then just nice and secure. Then as you can see, gathering up all that width, making sure legs are out, and baby's nice and central but quite low. This works much better nice and low. And just bring the bottom edge round to the front and do exactly the same. Cross it in the front and then just give it a little rolly tuck. Breathe in. And just check everything's nice and secure. So baby's secure, she's got that end position so she can't get out. She's nice and close to my back because of that lovely tight top rail, so she is not going anywhere. She's trying to get her arms out, but she's very safe. And as I say, if you've got a baby who really will not be put down, this will do for just a household object. So to safely get down from here, just do the same thing in reverse. Just going to take out that bottom rail, and then I like to put one hand on baby at this point because we're going to release the tension in the top rail. I like to just hold on to that top edge, scoot her back around, grab with the other hand, hand over, and we're back. So this next one is really what I'd call an emergency carry. Great if you haven't taken a carrier out and you're stuck coming back with a screaming baby in the pushchair, but not what I would call a long-term use carrier. This is simply using a man's hoodie, borrowed off my husband. So I'm going to Superman baby up into my back because we're basically going to use this to do a rucksack carry, using the arms as the straps, a bit like a Pret A carrier. So I'm going to take baby and swing her up into my back and take hold of the arms and pin them between my teeth. So coming around to the back, I am going to tuck the rest of the hoodie chest underneath her bum, so that it sort of makes me a bit of a seat. You could just leave it flat like a baby, or you could tuck it to make a seat a bit like a mitre. Next we take the two straps round one at a time to make the rucksack straps. Now, this is the bit that Erin likes, because if you're really slim, you can probably tie those off. I can't. So okay, boo, look what you get. She gets to play with my hair. So I'm going to take my hair bubble, I'm going to pop it round the cuffs. Making sure that I get it round as many times as I can make this as secure as possible. Oh, thanks Charles. So as you can see, looks a bit like a rucksack carry. It's actually incredibly comfortable for just being a hoodie, but it would certainly get us back from the shops or around and about the garden, but as I say, not long term because you are relying on a hair bubble or a knot. Not tried and tested, but it will do in an emergency. So to get her down from there, which I think she'd quite like despite the hair, I'm going to undo my hair bubble, keeping hold of both straps nice and tightly because we do not want any falling. I know. You're doing so good. What a baby you are. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure I get a nice good grip of the two top rails whilst keeping my hand underneath her bottom, and then bring round, and I'd probably swap hands at this point and bring her down. So I've always got at least one hand on baby. So one option that might be quite nice in this warmer weather that's perhaps a little bit cooler is to just simply use a standard bed sheet or a sarong or thin beach towel, anything that's a thinner fabric that you've got and that's perhaps a little bit longer than a towel. So I'm going to show you with the sheet. Now this is a fitted sheet, so ideally probably want a flat sheet, but you know, we can make it work. And as we've already seen a couple of back carries, we're going to try a front or a hip carry with this one. So I'm just going to put baby down for a second, try not to roll out. It's embarrassing.
She'll crack her head open.
Do excuse the toddler. So, nice long bed sheet. What I've done is I've folded this in half widthways so that it's just a little bit less fabric to work with. I'm going to put one end over one shoulder and under the other. I'm going to gather up the end over my shoulder and bring the other end round and tie a knot. Now this will depend on how much fabric you've got. I'm ideally wanting a slip knot, a cow's hitch one, but we shall see. So I'm going over and under, and then I'm going under that tail and over and back through. And yes, I've just about got enough to do a secure slip knot. Nice one. Right. So this is quite nice if you've got a smaller baby, if you're not used to back carrying, or just if you need, baby just needs a cuddle, but you need your hands free. A lot of us are homeschooling older children at the moment. It's ideal to not have to be carrying the baby the whole time. So here we've made a bit of a pouch, so I'm going to put this knot right up on my shoulder, so I'm making a little bit of a space for baby to go in. I'll take my baby. Oh, please let go of the plant. Thank you. Just going to take baby nice and high on my shoulder, reach this hand through the pouch, grab both these little feet and feed them through, and sit baby on this sort of rope that I've created. Find the vague top edge. This was fairly wide, wasn't it, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem. And pull just enough fabric to go up to the back of her neck, bunching the rest just underneath the bum. So then I'm going to go around to the back, take any slack out here, into this knee pit, and in a straight line across to the other knee pit, create that lovely seat. There we go. So now we need to take that slack out. So if I were using a ring sling, which I'm really used to, I'd be pulling this tail and I'd be tightening it up. But no, what we've gone for here in woven wrap terms is called a traditional sling carry, which means it's this tail that we want to be tightening of our sheet. So we're going to work our slack round to the back, over the shoulder, using both hands because it'll be quite grippy. Going to give a little bounce tighten it up, working through the length of the sheet. And then just to make it a little bit more comfortable, I'm going to reach down the back and onto my shoulder. I'm going to catch this shoulder with the fabric, spread it over my back, because she's quite big, she's quite heavy, and I just like a bit of comfort. Put the rest of that round front, give it a little tug. There we go, so she's really secure there. I've got 2 layers of sheet fabric, so whilst all of these are a carry assist, this is particularly one which I would consider fairly secure for a baby that really needs to just be held close, and if you haven't got a sling in the house, this is a really good option. Strong cotton, nice knot. As long as you keep an eye on baby, which you will do because you've got one hand around baby pretty much all of the time, this is a great option for around the house or around the garden, out on your daily walk. And to get her down, I would just loosen this off a little bit and then just simply lift baby out. So finally, I'm going to show you how to carry with just a scarf. Now I've got 2 scarves here. I've got a pashmina, which let's face it, probably most of us have in the back of our wardrobe somewhere, and I've got a scarf made of proper woven wrap fabric. This is a fire spiral sling scarf. So this one, I know it's the same quality as a woven wrap, the same strength. I'm very confident with the strength of the fabric, but it's quite narrow. This one, it's a silky pashmina. It's made for wearing as a scarf. It's not made for carrying babies. So because of the integrity of the fabric with pashmina and because of the width of the woven scarf, I would use both of them as a carry assist rather than as a hands-free carry, but still really useful. So with the pashmina, I'm going to do a hip carry. So I'm going to take one end under my arm and the other end over my shoulder. Now with this one, because it's quite a silky fabric, I'm not going to do a slip knot like I did before. I'm just going to do a standard double knot. So I'm going to think about where I want this baby to end up. So I'm going to keep the bottom rail and the top rail nice and tight and just have a little bit of space in the middle, that nice bum. I'm just simply going to tie a double knot up here. Let me check I've got enough space. Yeah, it's probably alright. And I'm going to put this knot right up on my shoulder so it's nice and comfortable. I'm going to take my baby. And same as before, I'm just going to reach one hand through, grab both feet, sit baby on this rope. I'm going to find that top edge. It's very pretty, but it doesn't make finding the edges very easy. Just simply bring it up across her back and make sure that she's got her bum lower than her knees in that lovely position. And then again, I'm going to just bring the fabric over the shoulder for a bit of comfort for me. Now I can see that this top rail is a little bit loose. I could either reach one hand underneath, grab this rail, bring it over my shoulder as well, put a sort of cap in the shoulder. That would tighten up the top rail nicely. However, I don't find that quite as comfortable because it puts a twist in the back. Some people really like that, but for me, I find that uncomfortable. It's also quite a thin fabric, but it will do. I particularly like using this if I'm out on a walk with a toddler and they suddenly decide that they really, really don't want to walk. Then you know you've got a way of carrying them, not hands-free, but just fairly safely as a carry assist. It really takes the weight off your arms. So then to get them down, just the same thing. Take that fabric down and lift baby out. Lovely. And this scarf can go back to being a scarf. So with the other scarf, I could do exactly the same thing. I could also, this kind of works with a small baby, I could in a pinch do a bit of a back carry. As I say, because of the width of this, it's not ideal, it's not hands-free. I'd sort of consider it a bit of a piggyback aid. With an older child who's used to going on your back for a piggyback, excuse me, I know you want to eat my buttons, it's not happening. Then I would take this She really likes my buttons. I'll take both sides, top rails nice and tight. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's always nice when they're cooperative, isn't it? There we go. Got the top rails nice and tight. I'll probably pin these in my teeth whilst I make a seat. And then keep this nice and tight. There we go. And then really nicely and tightly tie a double knot here. With a cooperative baby, this is kind of working for me. I mean, she's under my dungarees, which is always helpful, but yeah. So as you can see, even the most cooperative babies can lean back here because it's really not up to their armpits. I would consider this a piggyback assist, but I would be quite happy with a baby who could cling on to just use this to take the weight off my arms a little bit. And again, to get down, I wouldn't even bother untying. I would simply bring this around, so I've got baby at all times, and then I can just lift baby out. Wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. And everybody's out and happy again. So again, long walk, and you've got an older toddler who says, "Piggyback." That can really help. So I hope that's been useful and shown you that even if you don't have a sling to hand, if you have a clingy baby, there are still options. You can still carry your baby. Obviously, we would also recommend that if you can get your hands on a proper sling, that you do. A lot of sling libraries have moved to online consultations and postal sling hire. So if your local library is doing this, then you can contact them, or also It's a Sling Thing, do online hire. So I hope that's been useful for you, and everyone stay safe and stay home.